Okay. So
Yes.
is this a at the table talk, or what are we calling this? Shouldn't it have some sort of
Like, yeah. Real talk.
okay, we'll edit that in
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
There'll be some sort of fancy intro,
Yes.
you know.
You know what? I don't know that we need a fancy intro. I think this is just us talking and having fun. And I mean, we're doing this because we really want to uh, talk about what we've been seeing, experiencing, like listening to our friends and clients, and, you know, maybe sharing like what our insights are and how we've been able to help other people and kind of what we're doing ourselves to navigate a lot of these changes that are happening in our lives now that we're both in our mid 50s and what's happening with our parents.
Okay. I think the other day we were talking about this as an idea, and you had a new term. It wasn't supersizing. What was it? It was,
It was right size.
oh, right sizing. I had the food in my brain or something. So right sizing. I like that. How would you define right sizing?
I think right sizing means making changes in your like home where you live. Maybe it's not just your home, maybe it's also your location, to better fit your life now. So we've seen lots of lifestyle changes. In fact, even you and I were both in more tract style homes. And now that our kids were out of the house, we wanted to get into a place that would allow for us to have single store living and then also get us into a more rural location, because we like having that. So that's just an example of a type of right sizing.
So you're saying it's not just going smaller.
Absolutely not. In fact, a lot of times it's not smaller. It could even be bigger because as people's kids start getting married or having significant others, like we have found, we have 4 kids, as they bring their friends and significant others over, we actually need more space than we needed before, at least in like the kitchen, the dining room, and living room areas.
Right. Okay. Yes, it's nicer having the big space that we didn't have before when we were living in the tract neighborhoods.
Right.
But there's still stuff available, and it's not that people are moving out of tract neighborhoods. It's just making changes for their own needs. Yep. So it may be bigger, it may be smaller.
Right. Could just be a different location or a different type of weather to better fit. Yes. And so actually, like we've seen people reaching out, like maybe their kids have moved here and now they want to follow their kids because they're hoping to have grandbabies soon, or maybe kids have moved away and so they're leaving here because they want to go find somewhere near family or friends outside of the state as well.
Okay. All right. Does that work also with we've talked about our parents, and we see other, like a lot of our peers, our friends have parents that they're like looking at getting out of their family homes and into something else, whether it's assisted home or just a 55 plus community. Is that what you're thinking too? Or
yeah, I mean, just thinking like our parents' experiences right now, like we have, a set of parents that seems more planned and prepared and open to the thought of moving when the need arises. Another set of parents that really are resistant because of the emotional impacts, I think, of the move and maybe just what it symbolizes in their life.
Oh, like what do they do with the house, and are they giving up kind of the life that they had for a new life? And just, it's scary.
Yes, it's really scary.
I think having to pack up your stuff is scary too. Some people had a lot of snow.
Yes. So, and then beyond that, like with right sizing, there's so much to think about just with like, your readiness for it, whether it's the financial aspects, the emotional, or even just the logistics of it. Do you sell first and then buy so you know how much equity you have for sure to spend on the next home? Or do you decide to buy first and then sell so you don't have to potentially navigate 2 moves? Can you do it at the same time? What works best? And that's something that you and I are pretty good at helping people navigate as well.
Yeah. And we definitely think, I feel like it's a lot easier if you have the wherewithal to buy the next place first and then move out of the original home and then prepare it for sale, whether it needs some shining up or some tweaks or cleaning or whatever it is. And then the timing doesn't have to be like right on smack on top of the
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to talking to you about some of this, maybe in a little more detail in the future, and really kind of talking through. Yes.
Link table chats or whatever this is.
Yes. And I think we have a lot to share and would really like to share that with everybody who's listening to this.
Maybe we'll call it Life at the Island, even though we don't live on the island, but we're seated at one.
I like that. It's a great idea.